Welcome back to Guidance Story. Emily was the kind of girl everyone admired. She had top grades, a big group of friends, and a social media feed that looked perfect. She was talented, confident, and always seemed to have everything under control. But what no one knew was that Emily felt like she was drowning. Every day, she carried the heavy weight of expectations. Her parents wanted her to achieve more. Her friends expected her to always shine, and she couldn't let herself make a mistake. The pressure to always be perfect was exhausting, yet she kept going, pretending everything was fine. One evening, after finishing a long essay, Emily sat at her desk feeling empty. The essay was flawless, worthy of an A+, but instead of feeling proud, she felt drained. She glanced at her social media posts filled with smiling selfies and achievements and thought, why does this never feel enough? Emily sighed deeply, staring at her desk. Do I really have to be perfect all the time? She whispered to herself. The question lingered in her mind as she got ready for bed. The next day at school, Emily sat alone in the cafeteria. Her friends laughed and chatted nearby, but she couldn't join in. The pressure felt heavier than ever. As she stared at her untouched lunch, her friend Sarah walked over. Sarah was different, laid back, never obsessed with being perfect. Hey, Emily, Sarah said, sitting beside her. You okay? You look tired. Emily forced a small smile. I'm fine. Just busy. Sarah didn't believe her. You know, she said gently, it's okay not to be perfect all the time. Nobody is. You're allowed to rest, to make mistakes. You're human. Emily's eyes welled up with tears. She wanted to say something but didn't know how. Finally, she whispered, but if I'm not perfect, what will happen? What if everything falls apart? Sarah smiled softly. Emily, perfection isn't real. It's just an idea we chase, but it doesn't make us happy. What really matters is being yourself. People who care about you don't need you to be perfect. They just need you to be you. That night, Emily lay in bed, thinking about Sarah's words. For the first time in a long time, she wondered what it would feel like to let go of the need to be perfect. She thought about how much time she had spent chasing an image, only to feel empty inside. Slowly, she realized something. She didn't need to be perfect to be loved or respected. The next morning, Emily made a decision. She wasn't going to stop working hard, but she would stop trying to be perfect. She would give herself permission to rest, to make mistakes, and to enjoy life. That afternoon, she took a walk in the park. The fresh air and the sound of birds felt like a relief. She noticed the beauty in simple things, the sunlight through the trees, the laughter of kids playing. For the first time in a long time, she felt free. Over the next few weeks, Emily made small changes. She stopped checking social media so often and stopped comparing herself to others. When she made a mistake, she didn't criticize herself. Instead, she laughed and moved on. One evening, Emily and Sarah sat together at their favorite coffee shop. Emily felt lighter, like a huge weight had been lifted. You were right, Emily said, smiling at Sarah. I don't have to be perfect. I've spent so much time trying to meet everyone else's expectations, but I forgot to just live. Sarah grinned. Exactly. You're more than your grades or your achievements. You're enough just as you are. From that day on, Emily lived differently. She still worked hard, but she allowed herself to slow down and enjoy life. She learned to say no when she felt overwhelmed and gave herself time to relax. She realized that letting go of perfection didn't mean giving up. It meant making space for peace and happiness. Emily discovered that true success isn't about being flawless. It's about being real, finding balance, and embracing who you are. And as she let go of the need to always be perfect, she found joy in the little, imperfect moments that made life truly beautiful. Let's learn some useful words from Story to improve your English. Admired, meaning to like or respect someone or something. Example, she admired the beautiful sunset. Drowning, meaning struggling to breathe because you are underwater. Example, the boy was saved from drowning in the river. Exhausting, meaning making someone very tired. Example, the long walk was exhausting for me. Drained, meaning feeling very tired or without energy. Example, after cleaning the house, I felt drained. Glanced, meaning to look quickly at something. Example, she glanced at her phone to check the time. Lingered, meaning to stay in a place for longer than needed. Example, he lingered near the door, not wanting to leave. Welled up, meaning when tears or emotions fill your eyes. Example, her eyes welled up with tears of happiness. Criticize, meaning to point out mistakes or faults in someone or something. Example, the teacher did not criticize his efforts, but gave advice. Overwhelmed, meaning feeling too much of something, like emotion or work. Example, she felt overwhelmed by all the tasks she had to do. Thank you for watching.